Hey, welcome back. We're here. It's been so long. So going on, I heard it again like a year later, and I realized, oh, it does sound like a little boy saying "hey," but it actually is the pipe. So okay, that's one mystery down. Well, let
Well,
me
I
throw
mean,
some other shit at you here.
it's just the little boy in the pipe sack. I mean,
Probably. So to what I was gonna say before, I'm gonna go on this. When I spooked somebody, I had a friend who came over and he was staying the night, and it was probably
yeah,
like seven
I remember
o'clock.
it.
And I was telling him the story. This is before I heard the second time, so I had heard this pipe sound that sounded like it said "hey," and I was telling him, "Oh yeah, there's a ghost in our house." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's a ghost." He says, "Hey," I heard him say "hey," and Mom was like, "He's fooling." I'm like, "No, I heard it," and I was just saying it like, "Yeah, this is a fact." And so he got
Right.
so scared that he had to call his mom and have him come pick him up at like 7 or 8 at night. So I felt kind of bad. I was like, because by the end I was like, "What?" Oh, I realized what was happening. I was like, "No, I mean like, stay. It's fun."
The ghost is nice.
I
It's
mean, he doesn't
okay.
bother me at all. But so anyway, that was the one thing that I debunked. The rest I can't. So here's the
Right.
rest of it. So first of all, there's always an uneasy feeling in that house. Just whenever I
Right.
think back about it, here's something too. Whenever I have a nightmare ever
hmm
anymore, it's because I'm in that house. If I realize what my dream is,
Yeah.
and I realize I'm in that house, I instantly
hmm
know I'm in for a bad time every time. It's
Yeah.
terrible, which is probably more. That says something
Donkey
about.
punch him.
Well, it says something more about my impression of the house, right?
Right.
So there's that. But that's
Dude,
the
there's so
thing.
many crabs to donkey punch here.
Yeah, I'm leaving because I don't know what else is still chasing me yet. So so there's that. But
hmm
here's the other part of that. So here's the history of the house. Um, the history is that the house used to be, when you come into it, there's a big like cul-de-sac, like just a circle drive,
Right.
because out in the country, and there used to be like farm equipment. A farmer used to live there.
Right.
So there's a big circle drive with a big utility pole in the middle with a light on it, and the house used to be on the other
hmm
side of that place, and then there used to be a well over there,
Okay.
and then the house got hit by a tornado, I guess,
Oh.
and so they rebuilt it over where it's at now. Which okay,
Right.
that's fine. So that would have been in the '70s, and then I was like, I wonder if that's true. And these are just pieces that I heard, just bits and pieces from people that came to visit that were nearby. Like, oh, I know the guy used to live here. Yeah, this happened, and so we had this little like it was an eagle's nest. It was like a kids play thing.
hmm
Um, and one day when I was out there, I heard about that. I'm like, I'm gonna go look, and sure enough, there was a pile of sand, like a pile of gravel that was kind of like next to the wood line
hmm
by my little eagle's nest where the well was supposed to be.
Yeah.
There's a pile of gravel, and if you push the gravel away far enough, there was a whole bunch of wood, like two by fours, all pushed together, like it obviously had buried the well, and they just
hmm
kind of buried over it with some gravel. So like, okay,
Right.
that's strange. So the house was gone, and the well was remnants were still there.
hmm
And then while we were living there, it got struck by
Right.
lightning twice, and
The
it had been
house or
hit
the
by
well?
lightning before that. So there was a big ass old fashioned 60s metal satellite dish out in the yard. And I was so
Mhm.
excited because I'm like, oh, we get to have satellite. No, it got fried by a lightning bolt back in the 70s or 80s. So that fried everything, completely gone. And then
Right.
while we were living there, the tree outside my mom's bedroom got hit by lightning, and my brother was standing there at the time, and like it just nuked the power for it nuked the breakers, so that happened.
Right.
And then it happened again, and I went to go wait for the bus, and yeah, it looked at the tree exploded. There was bark all over the fucking yard. So
Right.
that was a thing. And then my brother said, I'm sure he's fine with talking about this because he knows it's creepy too, but he said when he'd come back to visit from college, he'd sleep down in that big room with the mirrors, sometimes
hmm
on the couch. And he said
Right.
one time he kind of woke up in the middle of the night and he saw somebody come out of the fireplace and
Wow.
or walked
That's
into it or
creepy.
something. Yeah, it was like some figure walked either out of the fireplace or into it. And
Right.
so like, that's okay. That's bizarre. But then I've had a dream about the fireplace. Like there's a room behind it because if you look at, like I was saying, the basement,
hmm
the long room with the mirrors goes 70% of the way.
Yeah.
And if you come from the other side, that storage area comes back 20% of the way. So there is some like room.
Discrepancy.
There's a discrepancy. It's not a 1-to-1 thing. On top of that, that's in the basement. On the first floor or the main floor, there's there used to be another fireplace that they boarded up with brick. It's a brick wall. And so the fireplace isn't there, but it would have been there originally, and it's just completely filled in now. So that's bizarre.
They got like a what's the name of that story?
I don't know, but I always just assumed like they killed somebody and they stuck the body in there or something. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, there's the story where they like the dude walls the count into the wine cellar.
Oh yeah. So that was a thing, and then what else? The fireplace, and then let's see. That might be it. I don't know. I thought there was more to it, but maybe not. The fuck is this? Oh.
The fuck is you?
Here's how you get to Pagan, apparently. Just
floating Aelid door.
I must have been testing at this point, yeah.
Maybe it leads to a different Pagan.
Well, there is a different Pagan, but I don't think I have that one enabled. Let's see. So
just go in there, error.
It is. It's the other Pagan. Oh shit! This is the original one that I made that I never finished. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Of all the things I was expecting to run into while we were doing this LP,
it's not this.
This wasn't it. So yeah, so there was that. The place was just creepy, and then like I said, the lightning bolt, the tornado. The three lightning bolts, the tornado, the creepy stuff, the creepy vibes, the well, the fireplace thing, the discrepancies in the basement, and the hay, which ended up being, I'm assuming, pipes. And then, this wasn't necessarily that creepy, but it ends up being creepy. There was a big metal shed where they used to keep the all of the farm equipment, and so half had lights and half didn't. So
weird.
You could it was huge. It was enough to hold I would say you could probably put 6 combines in that section. There were no lights, but there were skylights, so that you could still. So in the day, it would illuminate it, but at night it was just a giant void where you'd hear animal, maybe a rat or something moving around.
Right.
But it was just a giant empty black void if you walked in there at night, and it was absolutely terrifying.
That's awesome.
So there was that, and I can't think of anything else, but it was.
It sounds like a creepy ass house,
dude. It was, and I had to fucking live there
that's
for
where that
6
dude dies.
years. Yeah, that's where that guy gets killed at. Also in Pagan, there's mushrooms everywhere, so that was really cool. That Mania
giant mushroom trees
happened to have a shitload of mushrooms. Yeah.
Right.
But I would say if you go back and play Pagan and go to the starting area, it's not too far off from this. There was a guy called Crazy Guard, or we called him. It was just this fucking neurotic guard out in the middle that lost his shit. If you walk up to him, he just keeps walking around poking you with his big halberd. So that's what that other hut was at the other end, was Crazy Guard's house. So
does it hurt you?
Yeah, he'll just sit there and be like, poke, and he'll keep spinning while he does it. DJ was saying we should go and do a let's play of Ultima 8, which would be fun, but it's it would have been much better to do it back when I was 12, doing it then or something.
When it was active.
Back when we were still trying to explore everything, but now we know most of all of it.
Now you know all the tricks.
Yeah. I am still aghast that that's the entrance. Just right over here, yeah. I guess it's all part of that same mod, yeah. Let's see if I can figure out how to get back again.
Oh god, that's a thing.
Yeah, I think I saw the door.
I mean,
the door's still here
right before you went in.
Yep, the door's still here. So, and then what else? One thing that spooked me one time was my mom went somewhere else because I was pretty trustworthy. So she went to go visit somebody, and then I was home alone one time, and the fire alarm started going off, or the smoke alarm right outside my bedroom door, because the battery was like dead or whatever.
Dying. Yeah.
And so I'm like maybe 5 feet tall, if that, trying to fucking just hit this thing, and I'm like, oh my god. So I ended up walking out and like sleeping out in the living room with this thing going off like every 5 seconds. Yeah. And that was at like 2 a.m, so that was just not fun, but that was not great. And
Right.
yeah.
That
I don't
just
know
sounds
what
like
else
a
to
good
say about
time.
that. I've been looking through. Actually went and ripped a bunch of my old VHSs from that time, and I'm just waiting to see like one
see,
frame
like,
of a fucking
ghosts or
face or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Just a bloody face.
Yeah. Like, hey, please dig out the fucking fireplace and get my body out of here. Like, okay, we can do that. Yeah, let's put you to rest, pal. Like, let's do that.
Come on,
Can't do
buddy.
it now. I don't own the house anymore, but
Dude, just show up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's a
I've
dead
thought
body
about
in
that
here.
actually, just kind of showing up and being like, "Hey, I used to live here. Do you mind if I take a look around?" You know, because I've seen people do that before, and it's like,
Right.
I don't know if they'd let me do that or not. But anyway, that's the end of my creepy story for that house. But that house was fucking terrible. My brother hates it too. He's like, "Yeah, there's something fucked up about that house," and that's because
Right.
there is. I think I brought my own beer. Oh, I don't have any. Never mind. We're gonna cut this one a little bit short because I don't think, unless you have anything else to say.
No, I can't think of anything.
All right. Well, let's call it a night because we've done about 10 episodes here.
Jesus.
Something like that. Let's. Is there anybody still left in the chat room?
It does say 2, but I'm not sure if one of them's still one of the bot. It says Fox Dio, who's Idolara, I think that, or Ildelara.
All right.
Nobody.
Let's just call it for now. We'll come back another time and catch you folks all later.
Y'all have a great night now.
Y'all have a great night. Glad that we ended on a creepy note.
Right? Yeah. Good. Sweet dreams.
Yeah.
Turn on your lights.